Hello everyone, this is Jinning Cascade 7, and this is the first part of my Dragon Age playthrough. I think I'm going to be a human, a female, rogue, and I'm going to go ahead and play on hard. Cool, so human noble. I imported my custom world state from the Dragon Age Keep. If you guys, even if you haven't played Dragon Age 1 and 2, I would highly recommend just kind of reading up on the different choices and how they'll affect the world, and go ahead and make your own custom world state in the Dragon Age Keep before you start playing. It's really helpful and useful to customize your playthrough experience. You know, every time you play, just make new choices if you want. Okay, so I'm gonna go down to the very last preset head, and I want my chick to look kind of fitting to the story, and she's supposed to be the youngest member, the youngest sibling in a family of nobles, so I kind of want to, you know, give her sort of a younger, maybe more naive sense. Some of the stuff I read about Dragon Age was that they wanted to kind of tone down the overwhelming feeling of the hero and make them seem kind of more like the normal person going through. So I'm gonna give her this sort of short hair, because I mean, look at these long styles. They kind of suck. And all the short styles mostly look like dude haircuts or butch lesbian haircuts, which is alright, but I don't want my chick to really have that look like this. So I'm gonna go with this kind of almost pixie cut looking type hair. I'm gonna make it darker, dark brown. The black's really shiny and weird, so I'm gonna go with dark brown. Close to my natural hair color, actually.
I just hope I can help.
As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest.
That voice sounds
As
disgusting.
long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest.
Everything you've heard?
So I'm gonna go with this voice. Fits the character that I'm trying to create better. I'm not gonna mess too much with her head. I'm gonna make her ears a little bit smaller, because I always feel like characters' ears look gigantic in games. So I'm just gonna make them a little bit less noticeable, especially since she's got short hair, no long hair to cover it up. And I'm not really gonna change too much else. Because I pretty much like this preset face, just a basic structure of it. It's pretty good. You guys might not think it's important, but it's super important to choose a preset head that you like, or at least the one you like the best. I'm gonna give her like lighter blue colored eyes, because I think that's really gonna look really cool. All these eye shapes are way too squinty. So I'm gonna try and give her like more open looking eyes. And I want her nose to be like less pointy as well. So once I fix these eyebrows, she looked really surprised there for a second. I'm gonna play with this, even though I like her eye color, just because it's kind of neat to see what kind of crazy eye colors you can give, like a super violet color. I'm just gonna play with this for a sec. I'm gonna set them back to blue, I think. I don't want them to be this purple for the whole game. So I'm gonna give her a smaller nose. Maybe like a more... That's a good shaped nose. Feminine. Not too out there or hook-nosed or anything, so, because I don't want her to be an ugly chick. Close her mouth. That looks better. Those are too thin lips. I don't really like most of the lips in this character creator too much. I also don't like the limited choice of hairstyles. BioWare should have definitely put more hair choices in. That's my problem with every single game they've ever came out with the character creator. I've never been super in love with the hairstyle. It's always been a hairstyle that I'm like, well, this hairstyle doesn't look ugly. So. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up. Don't want to bore you guys, so we're just gonna give her a teeny scar. I don't want anything too big, just something that shows that, you know, she's tried to learn how to fight, and but because she's supposed to be kind of younger and not as experienced, I want her to have like a scar, because she's, you know, she's not that good yet, so she kind of got a scar from sucking at fighting, but she's better now. Because in every game it's like, you always wonder, how did that character get so good at fighting? Like, did they just, you know, like practice kung fu in the backyard or something? Like, heroes are always really good at fighting, even if they don't explain why. So I'm gonna make her tattoo basically match her current eye color. And I'm just gonna try and tone down the eyes a little bit. I just want them to have like a dark eyeliner. I don't want like a big shadowy smoky eye thing going on or anything, because I still want to keep that kind of young naive look about her, which to me equates to less makeup. There's really a lot of color options in this game, which is really nice. Some games don't allow you to fully customize color like that. Like the eyes, you can do the inner iris color and the outer iris color, which is really neat, because then you can give your character like maybe a really cool hazel eye or something. As far as the eyelashes go, the tone of the eyelashes doesn't actually show up too well, I found. So whatever color you pick, or if you just leave it on whatever it was, it probably won't affect your character that much. Now, I'm actually making this audio commentary after the fact because I really suck at recording commentary while I'm playing. So I have a tip for you guys, which is the lip shine option right here. I left it where it was because it looked kind of cool in the character creator, but I would definitely recommend turning it all the way down, because your character during cutscenes has like super shiny, like iridescent lips that are just like the sun itself in brightness. And I'm naming my character Samantha. I like that name. I think it's gonna fit this character. And I ended up forgetting to change the eyes back to the color I wanted them, so now they're purple, which everything in the game like looks different during cutscenes than it does like right now, because it's kind of dark. But when your character's in lighter scenes, like my character's eyes look super bright purple, which is alright, but I wanted her to have more of a natural eye color. I was just doing that to kind of play around with the character creator, because it's more advanced than some of the other character creators, so I was just kind of screwing around. And I would say things get brighter and shinier, so like matte your character as much as possible when you make them. And don't be afraid to like play around with the character creator and then see how your character goes through the first cutscene, and if they look alright to you, or, you know, if they look ugly to you in the first cutscenes, and just go back and change them, because I actually did make a character before this character who was super ugly, and I was like, I cannot play with this character. This one, even though her lips are too shiny and her eyes are too purple, I decided to keep her just because it was like 2 in the morning, and I was like, I'm not making another character. This one's fine, so. I was gonna cut out these loading parts in editing, but I forgot, so. I'll just use it to tell you that I will be doing a playthrough of the entire game. It might come up slower than other people's playthroughs just because I'm doing school and stuff, but episode 2 should be up next week. Today's Friday, so this video should be up by the end of Friday, if not Saturday. And Sunday or Monday, you'll probably see the second part to this playthrough.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead. Except for you.
I'm gonna stay silent here. I don't even want to give Cassandra an inch.
Explain this.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need her, Cassandra.
I don't understand.
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then a woman?
A woman?
She reached out to me, but then
Go to the forward camp, Liliana. I will take her to the rift.
what did happen?
It will be easier to show you.
Our first look at the world, pretty cool. Got some really awesome mountains back there. And I just love the way the rift looks. I think it looks really cool.
We call it the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act, the breach
Cassandra's
may
so
grow
attractive.
until it swallows the world.
I really wanted my character to look a lot more like her.
Each time the breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
I'm gonna investigate. I always
You
investigate.
say it may be the key. To doing what?
Closing the breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly. It is our only chance, however. And yours.
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone is, and you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
I understand.
Then...
Oh yeah,
I'll
approval
do what I
rating.
can. Whatever it takes.
I'm gonna try to get full approval rating on Cassandra, because she's my favorite, and I'm so glad they included her as a companion in this game.
They have decided your guilt. Vaynania, head of the Chantry.
Sorry about
The
that. I had
conclave
an
was
issue with
hers.
my recording software.
It was a chance
So,
for peace
there's a little
between mages and Templars.
piece that got cut out right there.
She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed. There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
Your mark must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood are they written.
I always try to walk everywhere in games because I feel like it looks stupid for your character to be running everywhere.
Open
Like,
the gate. We are heading
nobody
into the
runs
valley.
everywhere. But then I get impatient and just end up running everywhere anyway. I like all the pebbles and the snow on the path. I think that looks cool. Look at the face my character's making.
The pulses
She looks
are
like she
coming
just got hit
faster now.
upside the head.
The larger the breach grows, the more rifts appear, the more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything farther in the valley was laid waste, including the Temple of Sacred.
As usual, in every game, they have to cut out the bridge and make you go around. I don't know if it's for added suspension or what, but games always do that.
Stay behind me!
So you guys may notice one of the Easter eggs, or what some people consider to be an Easter egg for Dragon Age, is that a lot of the demons actually look like Geth from the Mass Effect series, which I kind of like that. I noticed that the first couple times I played Dragon Age 2, so I thought that was cool. There's actually some people who have like a little conspiracy theory going that Dragon Age and Mass Effect are actually set in the same universe, and like Thetis is like a planet. I'll explain after the cutscene.
Drop your weapon. Now!
If you're going to lead me through a demon-infested valley, you'll have to trust me.
Give me one reason to trust you.
Because my life is on the line.
You're right. I cannot protect you. And I cannot expect you to be defenseless. I should remember you agreed to come willingly.
Okay, so as I was saying, Thetis, the world that Dragon Age is set in, is thought to be like a planet in the Mass Effect universe.
Maker knows what we will face.
And
Where are all your soldiers?
At the
so
Ford
like
camp,
apparently
fighting.
they think
We are on our
that
own for now.
like either Thetis is a planet that we just haven't come in contact with, and that wasn't civilized enough to draw Reaper attention, or that this is in the past, like this is like before space travel and stuff, so this is just like way in the past in Dragon Age, I mean in Mass Effect. And then the last theory, which is the craziest one, is that this is actually set in the future of Mass Effect. Like this is a planet that has yet to develop life on it, and or is just starting to get to this point. And so all the events of Dragon Age are actually set after Mass Effect 3. They're just on a less civilized planet. So that's pretty interesting. It would also mean that it's the first planet in Mass Effect that you see that actually has the development of multiple races on it, of a human-like species, elves, dwarves, and the Kunari, which in Mass Effect we do see a planet that has different races on it, you know, the
If we flank them, we may gain the advantage.
what are they called? The Drell live on the Hanar home planet, and they take care of the Hanar, and they kind of, you know, they coexist. So that is something we see that's interesting. We also see the rise of the Geth. They were on the same planet as their makers, but obviously they're synthetic, so, you know, that's not exactly the same thing, but it's an interesting theory. It would be really hilarious if BioWare decided to make a game meshing the two universes together into one, but I think that's just hopeful thinking on the parts of
It attacks from a distance.
some crazy fanatics of BioWare, which I happen to consider myself a BioWare fanatic. I really do enjoy their games. If you guys follow me on Facebook, which is just facebook.com/JenningsCascade7, that's my page. Give it a like. I talk about gaming news, geek news, but mostly I just talk about BioWare games because they're my favorite in the whole world. Now the combat system's different than we've seen. Before it was you either had to press X for every attack, or you pressed X and it would toggle attack on and toggle off. Now the attack button is the R2 button, and you hold it down for attacking. So you just run up to an enemy, hold it down as long as you want to attack, and release it when you don't want to attack anymore. So I do like that. It's kind of the best of both worlds. I enjoy that. I don't have to, you know, spam the R2 button to attack, but I also don't have to feel like I'm not really engaged or playing the game because I'm just toggling it on and off. So the fact that BioWare does that is, I think, really cool. The other thing is now the X button is a jump button, which I find enjoyable because I like to take shortcuts up to things. I'm that person that instead of going up the stairs or going the long way around, I'll just like jump up several ledges in a really wacky pattern to get somewhere. So I really enjoy that about this Dragon Age.
You can hear the fighting.
Who's fighting?
You'll see soon. We must help them.
That was the bridge. The bridge right there. That was on the right was the bridge that we saw before. We could have not wasted all this time and gotten over here, but as usual in games, they like to make you think you're going one direction and then make it impossible for you to go that direction, so that you have to go the long way around. Classic game developer strategy. And here we see Varric, who I think looks way better in this Dragon Age than any of the other Dragon Ages. Like everybody talks about the Varric chest hair, and this time I understand. My face again, stank face.
The credit is yours.
Solus is cool.
You mean this?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to
I'm looking
know.
at him like,
Here I
what?
thought we'd be ass deep in demons forever.
See what I mean? Varric looks so great in
Barrack
this one.
Temptress, rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
So excited to ask him.
Are you with the Chantry, or...?
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just like you.
I brought you here to tell your story to the Divine. Clearly, that is no longer necessary.
Yet, here I am. Lucky for you, considering current events.
That's a nice
I'm gonna try and
crossbow
get
you have
answers
there.
about the crossbow.
Ah, isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca.
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
Ugh.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
Then I owe you my thanks.
Thank me if we manage to close the breach without killing you in the process. Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well... Bianca's excited.
I also love the body language in this game. It's so improved from the last games. I mean, you can
Wait,
definitely
down the
tell this
bank.
is on a
The road
next-gen
ahead is
console.
blocked.
We must move quickly.
I play on PS4, by the way. This is on PS4. The only thing about this game, though, is that BioWare made everything, like, really shiny. Like, you look at the weapons, and the shine on them isn't just a slight shine. It's like the whole blade. Anything metal is, like, highly... just super shiny.
Ahead. Glad you brought me now, Seeker.
So this is cool. Here's the tactical view, which I think is pretty neat. You can kind of take a second to pause and look around at the battlefield and assign different characters to attack, you know, different things. I haven't used it that much. I keep forgetting that it's there actually as I'm playing through. So, but it's kind of neat. Like if there's a specific enemy that is hard to attack with like melee, like the warrior type characters and stuff, send your rogue, you know, with a bow, or your mage to attack like the wraiths there, and then send your other guys to attack the demons, just because it makes it easier, because those ranged guys are really hard to get close to in this game. So I would highly recommend using your battle tactics wisely. I haven't used them to face any bosses yet or anything like that, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'm not sure that I'll use it too much, but I might have to start, because as you can see I just died. And this game's actually a lot harder than I thought. I put it on hard because I was like, well, I played Dragon Age before and I would put it on like super hardcore, but I just want this to be more like enjoyable, kind of easy playthrough. And then I found out it wasn't the most enjoyable easy playthrough because I kept dying. So I ended up, I think at some point, maybe in the second playthrough, you'll see me go into options and change the difficulty level, just because it's really hard. I also got stuck on a rock here. I'm not the most coordinated of video game players. I tend to run into objects in the environment constantly.
So, are you innocent?
I don't remember what happened.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
Well, this is all for now, guys.